How did Apollo affect the ancient Greeks? Well, to figure that out, we must start by explaining who he is and what he's all about. Apollo was born on the island of Delos. His parents were Greek god Zeus and the goddess Leto. He had a twin sister named Artemis.
He was a god of many things, but the realms of rule included god of music, light, archery, and play. He also had many symbols. These included the silver bow and arrows, swans, wolves, ravens, laurel leaves, snakes, lutes, grasshoppers, and his golden lyre. His special powers included shooting arrows of plague and telling the future. Apollo is often portrayed as a manly, beardless young man who wore a crown of laurel leaves and carried around either his bow or his knife.
His half-brother Hermes greatly influenced him into becoming the god of music. Hermes got him started into music when he gave Apollo his golden lyre. Apollo often impressed the other gods and goddesses with his great skill at playing the golden lyre.
Apollo is a god of light because every day he guided the sun across the sky in his golden chariot. Apollo's chariot was pulled across the sky by golden steeds and war horses.
Apollo was the god of archery because at the age of 4 days old he defeated the giant snake that had harassed his mother while she was pregnant with him with only 2 shots of his silver arrows. The snake had given the town of Delphi trouble, so when the town heard that Apollo had defeated the snake, they made their town the official town of Apollo worship.
Apollo is also a Greek god of plague. He shot arrows of plague into the Greek encampment during the Trojan War because of Agamemnon's insult to Apollo's priest, Chrysis.
Apollo was greatly influenced in both good and bad ways by his parents. He was influenced in becoming the god of archery by his mother when she gave him the silver bow and arrow when he was born. His half-brother Hermes influenced Apollo into becoming the god of music after he gave him the golden lyre. However, Zeus, Apollo's father, influenced him in a bad way. Apollo followed his father's ways by having many affairs with both immortal and mortal women. This resulted in the many births of his sons and daughters. He also had affairs with a few men.
Apollo has both good and bad qualities. Some good qualities are that he guided the sun across the sky. He also has some bad qualities. These include shooting arrows of plague in the Greek camps, when he was mad and having many affairs with many women and even some men.
Apollo also had many myths surrounding him. One myth was that at 4 days old, after he was born, he defeated the giant snake that had been harassing his mother while she was pregnant. The myth states that it only took him 2 hits with his silver arrows to kill the serpent. The first shot injured the snake, and it retreated back to its cave, and Apollo followed it back and killed it with his second shot. I believe this myth created to teach. It teaches people that no matter how young or how little a person may be, they can achieve anything. There's a famous picture called Apollo Slaying Python by Dutch artist Goldzius. It portrays Apollo shooting one of his silver arrows into the snake.
So how did Apollo affect the Greeks' everyday lives? Many Greeks worshiped the Greek god because of what he did for the town of Delphi when he killed the snake. He also guides the sun across the sky every day. Without the sun, the Greeks wouldn't have been able to survive because the crops wouldn't grow. And without sunlight, the crops couldn't grow and the Greeks would starve to death.
Yeah.
He also, when angered, caused pain and suffering to the Greeks. An example of pain and suffering that he caused was when he shot the arrows of plague into the Greeks' encampment. But also had a huge effect of the Greeks, and he was greatly respected by them.